welcome to the 2022 South African Ideas Festival closing ceremony. My name is Sanyu Semitimba and I work in the Entrepreneurial Leadership Department here at the African Leadership Academy in Johannesburg, South Africa. We are so excited to have you here. Welcome!
The South African Ideas Festival 2022 is a free online entrepreneurship festival. The aim of this program is to empower African youth aged 15 to 19 to make change in their community by teaching them the tools needed to implement socially sustainable enterprises. This year, our theme is Invent to Implement. We chose 50 participants with 50 different ideas representing 18 different countries from all over the African continent. Our amazing ciphers, as we like to call them, participated in a 3-weekend-long course that gave them the knowledge, the tools, the expertise, and we taught them how to implement their ideas in their local community. Here is a snapshot of how SAIF'22 went.
Happy birthday, Muhammad!
Woo! One.
Hi all, this is Chris Plute with the Bezos Family Foundation here in Seattle, Washington. I'm really glad to be with you during the closing ceremony of SAIF. First of all, I want to congratulate you all on the 10th anniversary of SAIF. That is remarkable, and we're incredibly proud of what you've accomplished this year and all of the years in the past. We also recognize that you all just completed 3 weeks of a festival and that you've identified problems and challenges in your communities and how you might be able to solve them. And we need leaders and innovators like you all continuing to do this work. The theme of this year of Invent to Implement is so important and so timely, and we are just appreciative of the work that everyone's done, and we just want to congratulate you again on the 10th year anniversary, and we're looking forward to many more SAIFs in the future and wish you the best of luck. Bye for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. Without any further introduction, our first finalist maximize his South African Ideas Festival journey. I would like to introduce you to Shingai Choto from Zimbabwe, CEO and founder of the enterprise Mugshot. Mugshot's aim is to produce affordable and high-quality mud cake mixes that ensure seamless cake mixing experiences for teenagers and young adults in Zimbabwe.
So I'm Shingai Choto, a 19-year-old from Zimbabwe, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Mugshot. According to the CEO of Pinnacle Foods, the baking industry is facing three main problems: a busy customer who is health conscious and smaller households. Our customers in particular face a problem with the cake making process. It is a tedious and time consuming process which takes about 2 hours to make the mix, put it in the oven, and finally have your cake. There is need for extensive baking knowledge. Baking is a skill and you cannot learn it overnight. So you need to know the different quantities, the recipes, and this poses a problem for our customers. A lot of baking equipment is required, and by the end of your process, your kitchen sink looks like that. And this poses a labor-intensive problem for our customers. So say goodbye to that and say hello to the Mugshot cake mix. Cake making is now easier and more accessible for our customers. We are offering effortless cake making process with short recipes. And by short recipes, I basically mean add milk and oil, put it in the microwave for a minute, and you're done. You have your mud cake. There are fewer dishes to do, hence meaning there's less equipment that will be used. And lastly, nutritional value. Our health-conscious customers are concerned about their calorie deficit. In place of eating 400 calorie slice of cake, one serving of our mug cake tackles our customers' sugar craving in 250 calories, avoiding a significant calorie deficit. We will be catering for teenagers and young adults between the ages of 14 to 30 years old. These will be students, high school students or university students, or someone who's just started working. So their income is either pocket money or the money they're earning from the work they're doing. Our customer channels and relationships, we have divided them into three parts: how we acquire, keep our customers, and grow our customer base. We will acquire our customers using social media marketing with social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, where our target audience is mainly found. We'll also use the radio, seeing as that our customers on their way to school will be listening to the radio, and this helps us to raise awareness and also acquire these customers. We'll use social media influencers who have a high following on their social media platforms to help us raise awareness and acquire more customers for us. We'll keep customers by using customer feedback and reviews on social media platforms. This helps us to then improve our product and better it for our customers. Lastly, we'll grow our customers by using university student beneficiaries who will be distributors at their universities to fellow students, and this allows us to better penetrate our target audience of university students. We'll also use events where we'll sponsor events such as swimming galas in high schools or athletics days, or even for universities, festivals and parties that they attend, and this allows us to grow our customer base. So why us? We're the first and only cake mix company in Zimbabwe, giving us the first mover advantage. We have a good understanding of the market since we started operating about 2 years ago and have established a good connection with our target audience. At the same time, we have been gathering feedback and improving on our products so that we'll be able to produce a product that our customers are happy with. We cater for the needs of our busy and health conscious customer since that our mug cake mix takes about 10 minutes to make, and at the same time is a better alternative than the other cakes that are there. So why now? Statistics say by 2027, the cake mix industry will be a 1.8 billion industry with a growth rate of 4.3. With the prize money, we'll be able to scale our business and be a part of this statistic. So the real question is, why not now? Thank you.
Hi, so I'll just start. Thank you so much for your presentation. I really liked your idea. However, I think what I wanted to find out is, so this is a pre-made cake mix that's going to be sold to people in various locations, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think for me, something that I really wanted to learn about is the shelf life of your product. I mean, because it is already like a pre-made mix that you only have to add ingredients and then make the actual cake, what is the shelf life of your pre-made mix pack?
So thank you for the question. We had, when we were starting this and looking into the idea, I had a meeting with the food technologist that we know. And one of the things was the issue of shelf lives. So the initial idea was that all you have to do is just add milk, but then and add, how can I say it? Powdered oil in another way. But then that was the main problem that would reduce shelf life. So that's why it's milk and oil. So by adding milk at home, you're increasing the shelf life. So you're looking at around about, you're saying 6 months to a year. But since she's also still developing and getting an understanding of mug cakes, it could still improve and we could still work on it. But we're looking at around 6 months to a year.
I was going to jump in with a question. Thank you for your pitch and your cool idea. I like to bake cakes, so it's interesting to kind of think about doing the microwave. And that's my question is about your research about microwaves. And I know Zimbabwe is a large country, but kind of curious if you've done the research on how many households have microwaves, kind of what market do you have? Because it seems like the only way to make your product is if you have a microwave. So I was just curious if you could share a little more about that.
We haven't done any research on the number of microwaves in Zimbabwe, but from what I know, most households in Zimbabwe do have a microwave, and it's a common household too. So it's the same as having a stove in Zimbabwe. So that's why we think it is a very good opportunity. The only thing that could hinder that would be electricity. That would be the main problem. But if it's the issue of a microwave, I'm definitely sure that there are quite a lot for our target audience and for our target market.
I just got my sister her first microwave and she's 46, so you never know.
Not true.
Thank you, Shingai, for the presentation. It's a great presentation. Quick question about now the prize money. I haven't seen a lot about how you plan to use this money. Do you have a plan on how exactly you want to spend this money, on what, and something along the line of your cost structure? I didn't see quite a lot of that on the presentation.
All right. So I have the cost structure. Allow me to just look at it whilst I explain to you. So for my cost structure, I used what we normally use for our mug cake mix when we are making, and I used that proportionately to get an estimate of the price of what we'd need to make. So our first plan is getting into how are we going to make this mug cake mix. That's the first plan that we want to get. So we are using the food technologists. We are looking for food technologists. We put in the food technologists that we had recommended Sizani Foods. So we'll be reaching out and getting to talk to them about our idea and finding a way on what could we do and how could we make this mix for it to be sustainable and to also achieve that shelf life that we need. So that would be the plan, and then we start like a prototype kind of thing in little sachets, and then we start sending it out to people and start getting feedback. So from that feedback, then we start implementing. Is this sustainable, and is this feasible? Is it a feasible idea? Carry it on, invest even more money in it, and get a profitable business, if I can say it like that.
Well, thank you for a great presentation. Well, my question is around diversity. Does this composite only make cakes, or it also make other products?
Yeah. If I got your question right, you're asking if it's only cakes only that we're making. Yeah, okay. So the main thing, our idea from the beginning, my sister and I, we could say our slogan is making the edible incredible. So we just said the edible. So the plan is we're going to start with mug cakes and hopefully then go to diversify into other fields of the food industry. We understand food industry, especially in Africa, since our population is going to about double and by 2050. So food industry, people need to eat. And that's a lot of people. So we need to diversify, and that's a great market for us to earn a lot of profit. And also employ other people, which would also help other families in our community.
Hi Shingai, really love the presentation, love the work you guys are doing. Just a quick question, you guys from the BMC, I can tell you guys have been doing this for 2-something years and prototyping and everything of that sort. Just a quick question about quality control. What are some of the quality control issues that you guys have faced while you've been prototyping, and all the work you're doing right now, and how have you gone about solving them, and how do you guarantee that the quality of this cake mixes, regardless of where a batch is made, will be the highest possible? And then another question about your distribution network. I saw on your Instagram page that you only deliver on weekends. Would any of the prize money that you could get perhaps help you improve your distribution network in any way? And are you considering expanding the days at which you're providing delivery services?
All right, so I'll quickly answer the second question and then go to the one on quality. So the thing is, my sister and I are both students. She's doing her A-levels and I'm an IB student. I'm right here in Eswatini. So that's the main problem. So we're still in school and we still need our education. And that's the main reason why we only deliver on weekends. During the holiday, it's the other way around. We deliver every day, but definitely the prize money would then help us to get more employees or people that we can employ so that it's running every day, because that's also one thing that hinders us from earning actually more profit, because we're not able to serve during the week because of school. Now on quality control, this is it's a big thing, especially since we're a food company, and we would like to get certification. So we have HACCP, and then since we intend to get our mix from South Africa, we would also like to use South African Bureau of Standards. And then in Zimbabwe, we would like to use Standards Association of Zimbabwe. So these people, their certification, they come and check our product. And by checking the product, we ensure our quality. So, and we would also want with our contract manufacturer, make an agreement whereby even though you've made the mix, we are then able to come and check the quality of our product. So from the work that we have been doing, our prototyping, from the prototyping that we've been doing, the main problem we had in the first days was the time that we put it in the microwave. So one feedback that we got and that we've used was how customer bought from us and their mix wasn't properly mixed at the bottom. So it had baked on top, but at the bottom it was still runny, it was still a mix. And that's one thing that we'll see poses a major problem. So we'd have to recommend a suitable mug size that would then say, with this mug size, you put it in for 2 minutes. With this mug size, you put it in for 1 minute, because it varies with the mug size, whether it's wider, whether it's smaller, depending on it. So we mention what mug size and what time they have to put.
The Innovations Factory, being one of our 5 main partners, was and is still committed to supporting our 5 finalists by offering a 5 Boss Bundle Entrepreneurial Course Scholarships to the finalists. This is a message from the CEO, Dr. Bruce Dunham, to our lovely 50 SAIF'ers.
Hello everyone at the South African Ideas Festival. I'm Bruce Dunham, CEO of the Innovations Factory, one of the sponsors of this event. I wanted to just take a moment and do 2 things. Number 1, I wanted to thank everyone at the festival who volunteered and worked hard on this event. It's been incredible. It's been an incredible experience for my team, and we are just really excited about what you guys are doing at ALA and for the festival. So thank you for bringing us on as a partner so that we could be a part of this event. I look forward to a bigger, greater event next year. I also wanted to take a moment and say something to the entrepreneurs. Number one, I was really excited about the opportunity to have the Q&A session with you guys. I hope that you were able to take away some valuable tips and information, and hopefully it'll help you on your journey. What I wanted to do is give you a few pieces of advice as you are starting your journey after moving on from this event. The first piece of advice is understand that your most valuable asset is your time. And people will waste your time. Always. It doesn't matter who it is, suppliers, vendors, customers, families, friends, whoever it is when it comes to your business, they will waste your time. And what's important for you as an entrepreneur is to find the quickest, the most efficient, effective way to get to the yes or the no. The yes, I want to buy your product or service. The yes, I want to invest in your company. Or the no, I'm not interested. And either way, whether it's yes or no, it's okay. But you got to get there quickly, because everything in between is just a waste of time. So I hope that you are able to figure out that process that works for you. So that's the first piece of advice. Find a way to quickly get to the yes or the no. The second piece of advice that I will tell you is that being an entrepreneur is full of pressure. There's going to be pressure from family and friends who may believe in you, may not believe in you, are rushing you and pushing you, from customers who have demands, from suppliers who aren't delivering on time the things that you need to make your product. There's going to be pressure all around, just pressure to pay your bills. And what I will say to you is that pressure can become overwhelming, and it's important that you take time to focus on your mental health. As an entrepreneur, we rarely hear that advice. But I'm going to tell you what's really important is that you have a happy place, a place that you can disappear to for an hour, for 5 hours, for 2-3 days if you need to. That might be your grandmother's home where you can just go sit in the corner. That might be a friend's place. That might be a cafe. I don't know where it might be a spa. But the point is, find a place where you can get away and just take time for yourself to regroup, to re-energize, to refocus. Your mental health is so important. And if you don't have mental stability, then you will not be able to successfully run your business. That's the second piece of advice. The third piece of advice is that you always need to be thinking about monetization. What happens as an entrepreneur when we start a business, we start getting pulled into 2, 3, 4 different directions. And everyone kind of wants your product and service, and then they kind of don't. So they try and get you to bend and flex and change direction. And what's important is when those opportunities come, consider how you're going to make money from them and whether or not you can make money from them. Whether you're a nonprofit or a for-profit, whatever you do, whatever service or product that you're going to provide to the market, make sure that you're thinking about monetization. Now that's kind of outlined in the business canvas model, and that might help you, but it's easy to walk away from that model and kind of forget what's in the framework. So take the time, no matter what opportunity comes up, to decide and to understand how you're going to monetize that opportunity. So those are the 3 pieces of advice that I'll leave you with. And I hope that they're beneficial. Next year, what I'd love to see is that some of you, all of you, come back to the South African Ideas Festival with your success stories. And you share with the next class what you've been able to do with the knowledge and the insight that you've gained here at this event. Best of luck to all of you. Take care.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Can you see me? What's happening? Hello? Hi. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, Miss S, but I'll have to take over now. My name is Selima Taresh. I'm the head of logistics and curriculum development for the South African Ideas Festival, and it's my great pleasure and honor to host tonight's session. Over the past 2 weeks, I've had the pleasure of getting to know participants and connecting with them. And tonight, I would like to appreciate them a little extra. Our second finalist is from South Africa. Taiba Abrahams was an outstanding participant who fascinated us with her mindfulness and love for her community. Her project, Alhaya Design, is a website aimed at fostering inclusive and diverse spaces for young fashion entrepreneurs in South Africa. Let's see what...
Let me introduce to you South Africa, my home and the home to a great diverse group of cultures, each sharing their own beliefs, values and even taste in fashion. The rich culture of each of these groups brings vibrancy to our diversity. In 2020, I decided to establish Alhaya Design, a modest clothing brand that services Muslim women online. Because I recognized the need there was for a shop and platform where Muslim women like myself could source locally made Islamic clothing. In addition, I wanted to create a platform where women could relate to in terms of style and why we pride ourselves in wearing the hijab, headscarf. Although Alhaya Designs was a tailor-made solution for Muslim women, I know that there are still cultures that does not have access to a platform like this and still feels the feeling that we once felt, which is disconnected from their roots. The need to improvise westernized clothing to fit their cultural standards and religious beliefs, as well as no sense of community that they can relate to. The cause and the problem of all of these problems is the lack of diversity in the fashion industry, as well as the depreciation in fashion entrepreneurs. Our target population consists of an indefinite age bracket. Currently, our products are being sourced across the entire South Africa, and we want to expand this in the near future. We cater for both genders as well as diverse cultures, religions, and ethnicities. Market research has shown that the rate of entrepreneurs in South Africa has depreciated immensely. That only 15% of individuals who actually wants to start a business go forth to do so, while only 90% of these businesses fails in its first year. The fashion industry in South Africa is a billionaire one. The fashion industry is the second largest industry or sector in South Africa after agriculture, with an estimated market value of $31 billion in 2020 and growing each year. It is a lucrative business, but yet there is still a gap between individuals actually going forth into this sector and making a success out of it. Our solution point will focus on expanding the number of fashion entrepreneurs in South Africa. How will we do so? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you RNF, Rainbow Nation Fashionary. At RNF, we will aim to make the projects of entrepreneurs easier, minimizing the risk for them and making it much more lucrative for them by offering them CMT services through manufacturing their designs, so that they will no longer need to go on the run to look for people who can actually produce their products. This will minimize the time that they can spend on doing so, and it will also give them the safe and peace of mind to be able to know that their products and services is in the right hands. What makes us different is our platform, online platform that we will utilize, an e-commerce platform that we will utilize that will host the products there directly, a diverse platform that will be an automatic store, and also we will directly ship our products from the factory to the customers, minimizing so much work there is for entrepreneurs to actually succeed. So you may be thinking, why don't we just manufacture these products and sell them on our platform? We have the resources, we have the team, and we have the platform to do so. Well, the truth is, it is not only about building a business, but it is about building South Africa. And who better to do so than diverse South Africa itself, and who can educate people of the different cultures and people of different cultures itself. Our website will be a diverse one as shown in the picture below, and we will also use our website to educate people and share relatable content with people on the different cultures. This will be the one online platform that people will no longer need to try to fit into, but will indeed provide a space for people to can relate to across all cultures. Meet my team. Alongside me, my project manager, Nashita Reynard, and Dilshad here, who is my brand ambassador. Our partners is the Voice of the Cape radio station with 160,000 listeners. Thus far, we have collaborated with him twice. And also SOF, known as School of Fashion, who has an internship program. They have graduates that are skilled and ready to go out and make a name for them in the fashion industry. So we will employ people directly from this program, come forth and create quality products for brand owners. Our cost structure as a startup capital and one-time investment is just over 15,000, while our operational cost will be scalability in order to make sure that there is sustainability in our business with just over 30,000 per month. Our revenue streams are multiple. Number one being the profits that we will make through the paid orders of these startup brands and manufacturing the products. Our online e-commerce tool that we are currently already using as Alhaya Design to establish and base all our products on. We will also deduct a 10% commission from all of the sale products of each hosted vendor on our platform. We will host annual fashion shows that will showcase diversity in the community with people all across South Africa. We will continue hosting our pop-up markets in Cape Town and also venture out regionally in South Africa. And last but not least, we will have paid advertisements through our social media platforms. A 5-step plan. What will we do after this? How will we create this dream and make it into a reality? We will redevelop our website and incorporate RNF into Alhaya Design so that it can service not only Muslim women but people of all culture that had the same problem that I once did when I started my brand. Number 2, collaborating with aspiring brand owners who actually wants to create a success and is passionate about fashion but just not sure where to start. We will expand our team of social media marketers, of project managers, and also seamstresses. We will invest in heavy-duty machinery, and we will create cross-cultural content creation for people to relate to and feel a part of. How will we measure our success? We will simply make a list of a to-do list and execute one project at a time, and then tick our achievements just as I have done when I established Alhaya Designs. So let's create and build and teach our generation that there is beauty in diversity, just as there is beauty in a rainbow. Each unique color needing to exist to create that beautiful rainbow nation. So it has been invented. Are you ready to help us implement it? Thank you.
Well, that was a great presentation.
Mr. Hamid, you are muted.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, what are your distribution strategy? So how will your products reach the end users or customers? Is it through orders or?
So the products will be on the online website, and yes, it will reach them through the orders that they place there, but the website will be free. And this website will be educative for people, so they'll be able to access it at any times. However, it will be a website and an online shop, so people will also be able to access the products there, which will directly ship to them.
Hi, my name is Molly. Thank you for the pitch. It was really well done. My question is about supporting the clothing makers. So I really like that you're providing a platform for other artists and entrepreneurs. And my question is, if they maybe have an amazing product but aren't really ready to meet the demand, or they don't have certain things set up that your customers expect, do you have thoughts and ideas on how you're supporting those entrepreneurs as the platform in the middle person between the consumer and them?
Yes, we established this idea because we wanted to make it easy for them. So we will also give them the tools that they need to actually succeed in this industry, because we've been through it for the past year and a half, and we will give them that educative knowledge as well. So our platform is to minimize the work for them, and we will educate and help and support them through the entire journey as well, because we want to build South Africa fashion entrepreneurs.
And are you thinking that's going to look like a series of coaching with them, or is your team going to decide what you can and can't do? I guess I want to push you to explain a little bit more about what support will look like.
So in the past, Alhaya Design actually had a coaching business that we actually implemented for women. So we're going to reinvent that again and bring it back into our business, and we are going to reinstall it again. So we are definitely going to look into having coaching sessions with them, sharing our success stories with them, and also having other success stories being shared on that platform as well. So that is all things that we are looking to implement within this program for them as well. But we would like to start small and focus on the small thing first, and then succeed in that. And then from there, we will continue to implement more strategies to make sure that the program runs successfully.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Taibu, for that presentation. I'm just wondering, I was looking at your cost structure, and the amount of what you have listed there as your budget is higher than what we are offering as a prize money for these festivals. How do you plan to raise the extra amount of money that we will not cover?
So the business is already in profit since its very first month, and we're already running on profit. So we will be able to utilize some of the budget savings that we have set aside for this project, and SAIF's budget will also help us to actually push it forward and to bring it to life. So that is just an extra bonus that we will press into that, so that we can make this business run successfully.
At the South African Ideas Festival, what we are most proud of are our participants. That is why tonight we are delighted to introduce you to Providence from DRC. We loved watching his sneak peek videos on Instagram, as well as the energy he brought to every single session. And tonight, we're happy to have him share his experience at the festival.
Providence, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to have you in this interview and closing ceremony today. My name is SAIF'22. I'm the Director of Marketing and Operations for the South African Ideas Festival, and I'm from Tunisia. Feel free to introduce yourself.
I'm Providence from Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm a student. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a SAIF participant for Professor 2022.
Amazing. Tell us more about your project at SAIF.
Okay, my project Bezos Empowers is a platform which have the goals to create entrepreneurs, leaders, which will keep sub-Saharan African out of economic dependence, of acculturation, out of problem with stay today because of dependence economic to other countries. They will do this with a platform online with course, summer program, and other amazing things.
We love to see our SAIFers carry out our mission and vision, which is about empowering entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs across Africa. How did SAIF help you grow your idea?
Before SAIF, I have an idea in my hand, but I don't know what step I want to take before to make my idea as a clear project, a project where we will have an action and impact on my community. So with SAIF, I got a lot of knowledge about step which I want to take, how I want to take this step, what partners I must contact, what foundation, how I must contact this people, this organization, and even class course in SAIF', coach, facilitator help me to take the step, to take this clear idea to take grow in my project.
You noted something very important, which is it is very important to reach out to other people to help you and also acknowledge their support. So now that you have your idea invented and implemented, what is the next step?
Before in session we had a session called BMC, business model canvas, provided by a beautiful girl, amazing girl, Tara, I think. So now I know what is the importance of the BMC. After SAIF', I must create, it is obligatory, I must create the better BMC. I will send it to sponsor, to organization, to people, to where I want to have any help. And also I will create my platform, my online platform for provide crew and also make it reality.
Amazing. Always update your BMC and send it to people so that they know what your project is about and have a deeper insight into it and deeper insight into the structure that you're looking at. The highlights during your SAIF' experience. What was a highlight during your SAIF' experience?
It was first the community. The community of SAIF' was very engaging, and out of Zoom, in Zoom, that is a thing which will keep on my mind. Every time when I think about SAIF', I will think about it. And so our session, session 1, session 2, our session it was very important for me, and it kept on my mind.
Well, you answered my last question, which is about community engagement. And also, it's fine. That's amazing, actually. You made it easier. Describe your SAIF' experience.
Amazing.
Describe SAIF' community.
Engaging.
Describe how you grew throughout the festival.
Very fast.
Describe who you are as a SAIF'er.
Leader.
Describe your ambition or your dream.
Big.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Providence. It is my pleasure to have a chat with you and connect with you in a deeper level, not just throughout emails and official stuff.
Thank you, Providence. We love seeing our participants engage with us during and after the festivals. SAIF'ers, you're now part of the big family, and we hope to see you around for the next stages to come. Moving on to our third finalist from Zimbabwe. Our educators and facilitators described her as a prominent and eloquent leader in her community. Her project, Shigayo Shenyo Pemba, is a pedal-operated grinding mill catered for low-income Zimbabwean families with restricted access to electricity. Everyone, let us welcome Well Done Matanga.
My grandmother used to say, Musukuru, wakakura nguva yakanaka, because well, when she was growing up, things were hard. They had to depend on their physical strength to perform almost all their tasks, as they barely had any missions. What I find to be disheartening is that present day, my friend Justina still has to use the exact same traditional methods of grinding grain that my grandmother was using 70 years ago. My name is Walden Wimbaina Shematanga from Zimbabwe, and I'm here to address a problem that is not only affecting my friend Christina, but many people in various parts in Africa. So due to unavailability of electricity, people in some villages in Zimbabwe have resorted to using traditional methods like using the mortar and pestle to grind their grain, which is not only strenuous and time consuming, but may also lead to some clinical and anatomical disorders like back pain. So I have a question for you. Which one is actually stronger, the leg or the hand? So it has been scientifically proven that the leg is much more stronger than the hand. The leg is a 4-time push power than the hand has a pull power, which leads us to our solution, a foot-operated grinding mill. So this will be a grinding mill that will just work by you pedaling, and it will be attached to gears which will amplify the work that you're doing, thus making the process more efficient and faster. So this our solution will use a renewable energy source. Is the only energy that is needed is from you pedaling the wheel. And it will be more efficient, like I said, it will have gears, and it will be eco-friendly as it will not produce any harmful gases. Actually, it will not produce any gases at all. And it will be easy to use and non-strainers as all you need to do is pedal. So what's next? We're going to be doing more on-the-ground research through surveys, interviews, and focus groups with our customers and consumers to really understand what they need in a product. Then we'll be prototyping our product. We're going to be working with hardware wholesale companies which will provide us with the material we need to actually make the foot-operated grinding mills. We'll also be working with people who are willing to sell their old bicycles to us that we'll use for the pedaling part of the foot-operated grinding mill. We're also going to be working with a welder who will help us assemble the foot-operated grinding mill. We're also going to be working with USAP Community School, which is a non-profit A-level school for high-achieving low-income students. So what we're going to be doing is that we'll be recruiting 3 upper 6 students from USAP Community School who will run our company during their gap year. These people will go through a 1-month orientation program where they are taught about leadership, entrepreneurship, our values and goals and visions as a company, and they will be reporting to us constantly. So our target markets are mid to low-income villages and corporates located in areas where there is limited access to electricity and grinding mills. So here are our mottos. We will come to you, we can barter trade with you, and we will check on you. So we understand that our customers may not be on social media platforms, they may not know of us, so we're going to be coming to them. So what we'll be doing is that we'll be working with headmen and chiefs who will help us by telling the people at least a month or 2 before of our intentions to visit and sell our product. So we'll be selling 1 grinding mill to at least 3 families in an effort to foster community and also to make sure that our grinding mill reaches many people. We also understand that our customers may not have access to cash, so we'll allow barter trade. We'll be taking, instead of cash, any grain, any African grain, then we'll resell that. We'll also be checking on our customers. For the first year that you buy our product, we'll be checking on you every 3 months to see if the grinding mill is working, because this is all about you. It's all about Africa. So most of our revenue will be getting it from the profit from ourselves, from fundraising activities, angel investors and donors. Let me explain more on the fundraising activities. So we'll be having fundraising activities, for example, a raffle draw, where people will buy raffle tickets and stand a chance to win one of our foot-operated grinding mills. So now I go up unto you to join hands with us to help us invent, to implement change, not only in Zimbabwe, but in Africa. Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your pitch. It was really interesting, awesome, and I appreciate your energy and your super innovative idea. And I think a question I have is about what you are creating. I guess because there wasn't a vision, I'm curious, how much will it cost you to create the new way of grinding the grain? Just so I understand, I appreciate it that you can either buy it or barter it, or you can get a collective of families to buy it together, but I'm unclear how much it's going to cost to make it, and how you're making it, like how you're producing it. Does that question make sense?
Okay, thank you for your question. So we had problems with the slides. Sorry, I couldn't record it. So someone from SAIF had to do the edits for me. So your question, how much it would take it would cost to create one. So right now we do not have, to create one, it will take about $91, a total of $91 for everything, for the bicycles, for the pedaling and everything. So how it's going to be like, in simple terms, it's a bicycle, right? That's the first part. Then someone is pedaling. Then that part they are pedaling is connected to a chain that will be connected to gears. So gears will amplify the work that you're doing. So the gear effect. Then we have millstones, one that is moving and one that is stationary. So the other millstone will be moving and the maize gets in from the top. So that it will be grinding the maize. So that's how it just works. You pedal, then the gears and everything do the work for you. I hope that is answered.
It is. And are you planning to build those yourself, or how are you going to build them?
We trust that we can build them ourselves with the knowledge that we have and the people that are consulting, because we're also working with one mechanical engineer. So we trust that we can do this. All we need is a welder to help us assemble everything, but we trust that we can create this on our own with under $91.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go off with the second question. I know you said you have engineers on your team and you trust that you can make it, which I love the positivity. Has there been any testing or attempts to make it to be sure your team is on the right track? And have you guys tested, actually made one and tested it to see how it works or how effective it would be?
Thank you for your question. So what we have right now are sketches and model of how it would look like, and we have done research on similar things that have been made with the pedaling effect, and we believe that it will work. We haven't really been able to create one big grinding mill because, as I said, it would cost us $91, and we did not have the funds. That's actually why we're here, because we need the funds to actually be able to create. But we've done models, we have sketches, we've done research, and we're sure that it will work.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi, well, thank you. Great presentation, by the way. A quick question about the cost structure. So I see your cost structure is amounting to about $351. Now, given that the price we're giving is about $700, how do you plan to use that money completely? Do you have a plan on how you use it?
Thank you for the question. So, like we said in our BMC, we're also going to appeal to other investors to help us, angel investors. So we're going to appeal to our families, our friends, and everyone else. And we'll also be doing fundraising activities and donors, because we're also working with Vis-a-vis Community School, which will help us to connect to other people who can help us. It's also a non-governmental organization. So we are positive that we're able to collect other funds from other people. And like, if we're getting a prize money of around $700, that means that we can actually start our business, since we need under $350 to actually start. Then we work with the profits that we get to actually do more.
Okay. Thank you so much, well done. Presentation, loved it, love the energy, love everything about it. Just a quick question. You mentioned something about accepting corn and maize as a form of payment from whoever persons that will not be able to give you money. Have you thought about what the distribution network and how exactly you're going to sell this corn to whoever parties you're going to sell it to?
Thank you for your question. So we plan on working with the Grain Marketing Board in Zimbabwe, where we can sell our maize. And then we have realized that in places like Mbare and Harare, there is high demand for maize. So we'll be able to bucket all that people and also make way much profit that we can even make from the Grain Marketing Board. So our target areas are Mbare, in Harare, and Chuvisa, where people actually really need maize. So we can sell that to those high density areas, because there are like very many people in those areas. So we do have a market, because we have done our research and we found out that in Chitungisa and Mbare, people really need maize.
Great presentation. Well, the question I have you considered using other sources of energy, such as solar, to operate your machine? I imagine in future, when someone came up with a solar-powered grinding machine, how will you be competitive?
Thank you for your question. That is actually where we are planning on going. We'll start small with our foot-operated grinding mill, but we also plan on working with solar. And if money provides, we can even go to magnets. And we also don't just want to work on grinding mills. We're also going to have hand-operated machines to grind peanuts for people, because that's also needed. So we plan on growing bigger as the market changes. Thank you.
As promised in our opening ceremony, the SAIF 2022 theme song Invent to Implement aired on February 25th on our YouTube channel. It was the collaborative efforts of the marketing department, African Dance Group, ALA Talents, and most importantly, our producers, Double Excess Records. Double Excess is a student enterprise at the African Leadership Academy. A few days ago, I had the pleasure of having the conversation with them, where they got to share about their experience working on this wonderful project. Everyone, welcome Double Excess. Hi guys! And hello to you guys. Today we're meeting the one, the only Double Excess, the student enterprise of the African Leadership Academy that produced the South African Ideas Festival theme song for the year 2022. So can you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Okay, for starters, my name is James Senonosep Subi. I'm from Uganda and I'm the head of finance.
My name is Abdurrahman Madlassi. I'm from Sudan and I'm the head of marketing.
Hi, my name is Anieka Nelson. I'm from Nigeria and I'm the productions manager and I produce the song.
Hi, my name is Shiji Doherty. I'm the talent manager and communications manager at Double Excess. And I'm from Nigeria also.
Okay guys, well, nice to see you today and thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm gonna delve right into it and ask you, how are you feeling about the theme song airing this Friday?
Good.
Okay.
We've put a lot of effort into the song, as I'm sure you know. So we're pretty excited to see the final product and to have everyone else like kind of join the whole process that we went through.
Yeah. I also want to know a little bit about a highlight or moments that sparked for you in this making.
Can I go?
Yeah, sure.
I'm very excited. Do you guys remember when we like spent the night, not the night, but a significant amount of time in my room, just like experimenting,
Oh man, that was
here,
a fun
putting
one.
this there, putting Lorraine's vocals, and in the end the harmony.
Oh man, when we got that going, yo,
we were yelling at like 1 a.m. in the morning from how exciting it was.
Nah, you guys were yelling. I was just
just chilling. So that was like I love doing that. Even with the previous song, like just the process of like composing, putting this here, experimenting, see what sounds good. It's just it was a very big highlight for me. What about you guys?
For me, it was when I finally added the horns in, and I played them for Selima, and I've never heard Selima scream out loud in my entire life. I was surprised. She screamed, and
I actually cried when I heard the horns.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I wasn't expecting you to like them this much, but but she liked them that much, and you know, they ended up being one of the most important parts of the song. So yeah, that was really the most exciting part for me. And of course, when I finally asked Salim and Saifedean if that's all, and they were like, yes, and I was like, oh my god, thank you.
It was, man, I remember the point where James and I were in the studio. James was working on something, and I was working on one composition idea we had for the horns, and I was like listening. I listened to the exact same like 3-second snippet of your voice and the ukulele together, like. God knows how many times, because it was that 3 seconds I was listening to for like a whole hour, just on trying to read, just like this little horn thing, and then I zoomed in, and then I was like doing the positions, and oh my goodness, it was a rough time. So
we made it work eventually.
You guys made it work. You guys did such
eventually.
Eventually.
I hear the pain in you guys' voices.
I have PTSD.
But I'm so happy that it ended up working out. And again, thank you so much. Well, let me end on a slightly less painstaking note.
Yes, thank you.
What is your favorite part of this year's song?
I think Saifedean's rap. I'm so sorry. Saifedean's rap, especially like, you guys are gonna hear it. Once it transitions to the rap part, there's like this beat drop and a beat switch, and it's just.
I mean, I've heard it so many times. Why wouldn't I know it?
I made it.
I made it.
I was there.
Yeah.
I think then my favorite part will have to be right at the beginning, where it's just Selima's voice. And all the harmonies slowly come in, and everything just sort of piles up until it hits the beat drop, where the trumpet and the bass and everything just lands.
Yes.
Do you know how many times I cried listening to the final product of the song? Seminar reading, I spend it listening to the song over and over again. I'm walking through Valkyrie Hall, and like I had tears in my eyes.
And I was genuinely so happy because you guys made it happen so beautifully. I'm very, very excited for this song and for the talent that present in the room. CD, Anyekan, Malasi, and James, you did such a wonderful work, and it's such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We work together, and I'm endlessly thankful
Are you
for
crying?
all the maybe. I'm endlessly thankful for all the time you put into the song, mastering it and making it sound perfect. Well done,
Thank
guys.
you so much, Delima. Thank you.
A note from Double Access to your future clients looking at you here.
I think we've established that when it comes to quality, it goes without saying that we bring it. So if you want something, musically speaking, or audio related, just call us. We'll hook you up. We'll be your plugs, you know.
Thank you so much, Double Access, for joining us today. My name is Celine Metares. I'm the Director of Logistics and Curriculum Development of the South African Ideas Festival and the writer of the song and part of this beautiful team that made this song possible. Don't forget to tune in on Friday, February 25th for the premiere of the music video, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Exciting, right? I bet you really want to listen to it. Don't worry, we got you covered. This is the South African Ideas Festival 2022 theme song, Invent to Implement.
The light bulb is sparking, Eureka, it's coming, your eyes are glowing. It's the idea of the century. A vision, a mission, a friction, a passion, a zeal we can feel, and now we'll have steel. You're ready to create, to build, to ideate. Make it happen now, get a team, figure it out. Make it happen now, get a team, figure it out. Make it happen now. It's time to invent, to implement. Whoa, invent to implement. Invent to implement. Whoa, invent to implement. Ideas Festival. 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 South African 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 Ideas Festival. Youthful youth in Africa, pulling together, growing forever. Youthful youth in Africa. Youthful youth in Africa, pulling together, growing forever.
1, 2, 3, 4, up to the 10, the 10th anniversary. Set my kid again. Take a step, make a plan. Don't you dare, cause you can. It's your time to come and win. Yes, you're here to come and win. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the sky. The sky will never be your limit if you try. Try to find the answers to the who, the what, and why. Try to take your fears down, but your hopes so high. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the 10, the 10th anniversary. Set my kid again. Take a step, make a plan. Don't you dare, cause you can. It's your time to come and win. Yes, you're here to come and win. 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the sky. The sky will never be your limit if you try. Try to find the answers to the who, the what, and why. Try to take your fears down, but your hopes so high.
Ideas Festival. 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 South African Ideas Festival.
Listening to this song fills my heart with so much joy and love and appreciation for all the hard work that went into it. Thank you so much to all of those who contributed to this project, and thank you for listening to it and sharing it on social media. It means the world to us. It is now time for me to introduce you to our fourth finalist from Tunisia. Fatma Lamji is a young entrepreneur who is passionate about education and empowering the youth. Her project, Vloggy, is a website that aims at democratizing access to educational resources, scholarship opportunities, and skill sharing amongst Tunisians. Everyone, let us meet Fatma Lamji.
Hello everyone, my name is Fatma Lajmi and I'm going to be presenting to you my business today, a business which without a doubt would change people's lives, starting with mine, seeing that I have missed a lot of chances in my life because simply they were not given importance in Tunisia, like programs and scholarships, clubs and selling your skills. Although there are many opportunities for teens in my country, but they're not well known, neither accessible to everyone. So I figured I would create a website to solve this problem, introducing Vloggy. So, as you might have understood, I was victim of this problem. So identifying the target population was pretty easy for me. It would be mostly teenagers aged between 14 and 19 in prep and high schools from 8th grade to 13th grade. Of course, they will be both boys and girls and from all 24 states of Tunisia. Now, while doing the market research, we asked those teenagers to fill a form where they had to answer several questions, like, do you think that Tunisian students have educational opportunities? Well, you'd be surprised that 70.2% of them said no. Another question, have you ever missed the opportunity of joining a club, applying for a program or scholarship because of inattention? Well, 66% of them said yes. Finally, have you ever wanted to sell a skill or a talent you have learned but you didn't know how? Well, 63.8% of them said yes. So, as you have seen in the video, sorry for the spoilers by the way, but yes, the solution would be creating a website called Vloggy, which will present scholarships that are afforded for Tunisian students, academic programs and clubs that Tunisian students could apply for or take part in, as well as a platform that will reunite both teenagers wanting to sell a certain skill and teenagers wanting to learn a certain skill. So, our competitors, after doing some research, we found that there are websites like Scholarships Ads and Scholars for Div that are dealing with the same problem we're trying to solve. But their websites only include one part, which is mostly scholarships, while ours includes 3 different parts. Also, most of the time, they are only for undergraduate students, while ours will be for teenagers aged between 14 and 19. And when we will improve it in the future, it will be also for university students and after for all African students. And finally, their websites are not well known within their target, while ours will be well advertised and thus well known. Now our team, of course, there's me, the CEO. Then there is Dua Bouzganda, the Human Resources Manager, who also happens to be my bestie. And there are other empty positions like website developer, secretary, CFO, marketing manager. So that's why we will be recruiting soon and you will be welcome to join our team. Now, our partners, I have to mention that these are only potential ones. So there is Amadis Tunisia, we would use the logos in our website and add their links. There is YES Program Alumni that would provide us with a network of more than 360 YES Program Alumni. There is Lisena pages, which are Tunisian pages in Instagram and Facebook. They will promote our website. Of course, every Tunisian club, they would provide us with database of ancient members and we would add their logos and links in our website. And finally, American Corner Tunis and International Highway, with whom we would organize info sessions. Now the cost structure, the tricky part. Well, to realize this project, we'll be needing a professional website developer, which could cost around 750 dinars. Also, we'll be needing advertising on social media, like ads on Facebook, Instagram, and even LinkedIn, which is a bit expensive, around 870 dinars per month. And finally, of course, we'll keep improving and updating our website, which could cost around 145 dinars per month. Now, the revenue stream, there will be a monthly subscription, but only for the platform part, which will cost about 40 dinars. And of course, we'll rely on angel investors, small grants, and sponsorships. Now, finally, the 5-step plan. So after the South African Ideas Festival, we will start by contacting our partners, saying that they, as we said later, they are only potential ones. We will try to find investors and convince them to invest in our project, of course, according to what money we will earn from South African Ideas Festival. We will start doing the info sessions, the advertising, we will hire a website developer, and finally, we will launch the website. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. I just finished introducing Vloggy.
I'll jump in with a question. Thank you for your pitch and your presentation and your awesome idea. I wanted to hear a little more about sourcing, about how you're going to stay on top of all the opportunities that you want to list on your website to keep it fresh and relevant and up to date.
Of course. So, first of all, I discovered many opportunities. So I already have like a knowledge of all the opportunities that we could add in our website. But of course, we will always like think that our partners will be like Amadis Tunisia, and like many partners are are offering such opportunities, so we will stay always in touch with such organizations, and we will always try to be updated of all the opportunities that are afforded for Tunisian students.
I think so. So it sounds like you're also wanting to build partnerships with the organizations and the programs offering the opportunities, so that will be a big part of your plan.
Yes, as I said in the partners section, yeah, we hope to have partners like these organizations.
Great, thank you.
So I have two questions, and one is, how are you going to evaluate the genuineness of these opportunities? And two, how will you measure Vloggy's impact?
Of course, before we will post any opportunities, we will do like really good researches about these opportunities. We'll get to know like all the deadlines. We will try to find experienced people so that we can take feedbacks from them about the opportunities. So we will do like really good researches before we post any opportunities in our website. We will always try to stay in touch with our website users. We will always try to get feedback from them to see if they are like taking good impacts from this website, and we will always like try to do interviews and see if people are known of this website or not.
Do you have a sense of some of the data sets that you'll be collecting to help you assess whether your website itself is having an impact you desire? So by data sets, I mean like when you're interviewing people, when you're collecting data from people, what are you going to be asking? What are you looking for to help you, run the systematic and routine collection of information that will help you assess whether the work that you're actually doing is as impactful, effective, or sustainable, or something of that sort?
I'm gonna ask them. What are you finding like good opportunities that you are interested in? Are you going to apply for such opportunities? Are you finding like good opportunities that you are really like going to apply for these opportunities, for these clubs, for these scholarships? Do you think that they will really like help you improve your skills, help you improve your CV? Questions like that.
And finally, we would like to appreciate one last partner, Go My Code. Go My Code is a Tunisian startup that aims at educating and training the next tech generation. And it is now time for me to introduce you to our fifth finalists, Priscilla Nganga from Kenya. Her devotion to women's empowerment in technology was an inspiration for all her fellow participants. Her project, Vis-a-vis, is an application that creatively leverages AI to tackle the communication barriers within the Kenyan deaf community. Everyone, let us welcome Priscilla Nganga.
Hi, my name is Priscilla and I'm representing Vis-a-vis. Meet Esther, a 36-year-old deaf mother. Esther faces difficulties communicating with people who do not understand sign language, especially when seeking healthcare and other services. The pandemic has put pressure on health systems, highlighting the need of innovative healthcare models to assist connect health services to individuals. So what is the problem? 1. Language barriers. Deaf persons cannot directly communicate with hearing persons who do not understand sign language. Secondly, sign language interpreters are very costly and do not offer privacy during communication. Lastly, there is inadequate assistive technologies for deaf persons. Studies show that deaf patients make less visits to healthcare centers, but more trips to emergency rooms. Although telehealth offers a range of applications, the deaf are still left behind. Out of an estimated population of 45 million, about 600,000 Kenyans are deaf. The World Health Organization estimates that 1 in every 4 individuals will experience hearing loss by 2050. So why now? Kenya is creating the first banking KSL self-training application in Africa. The application aims to support bank employees to learn basic KSL, facilitating better communication to customers with hearing impairment. Vis-a-vis is looking to tap in this opportunity in creating a tech that promotes for inclusion in various social systems. Our target is therefore deaf and hearing persons, but specifically where the two groups interact: hospitals, hotels, government offices, etc. There is no limit to age or gender. I introduce to you our solution, Economa, an application software aiming to ensure the inclusion of the deaf in the immediate environment without the need for a sign language interpreter. Using artificial intelligence, Economa independently translates sign language in real time using the camera. The software also has an avatar animation tool that facilitates sign language production for translation and learning. Other features include a whiteboard. We have already conducted market research, begun data collection, app development, and testing. We will use a business to consumer approach, as our major customers are large social institutions where we'll charge $600 to use our software monthly. We'll offer API licensing to application customers, companies to use our software in their platforms at $1,500 per year. Generally, app will be free for users such as you and I. These rates have been determined from researching how existing assistive technologies and softwares are doing on the market, while keeping in mind the cost for sign language interpretation. Economa faces competition from existing solutions such as HandTalk, Signable, SignAll, and of course human sign language interpreters. So what makes Economa better? It makes use of the AI tool, avatar for animation, does not require internet, and is available on our mobile devices. It also provides confidentiality as there is no third party involved. This year, we plan on releasing all the features of our app. When we win the cash prize at South African Ideas Festival, we will use it to train our software model. In 5 years, we look forward to bringing AI-powered assistive technologies to social sectors and video conferencing platforms across and beyond Kenya. We will have our software in other countries trained to the respective sign languages. Vis-a-vis has since grown a community of more than 150 deaf individuals, organized a STEM bootcamp for deaf youth, and received funding. With most of these organizations, we have been able to establish partnerships. We look forward to adding South African Ideas Festival and deaf federations across Kenya as our partners. We are actively seeking grants to acquire skills and equipment for product development, customer acquisition, and growth. We are also seeking mentorship, links to stakeholders, and partnerships. Our main team consists of talented Kenyan youth using their skills to address challenges facing the deaf community. Our motivations comes from directly witnessing struggles of deaf persons. We are involved in robotics, and in one robotics expo, we met deaf students who are curious in learning, but engaging with them was difficult. Using pen and paper was time-consuming and effective, which inspired our innovation. We also have a speech pathologist, people with disabilities legal consultant, a deaf student, and we are currently hiring experts in machine learning and animation to expedite the development process. The whiteboard feature is already published. Download the app, available on Google Play Store, and look out for the avatar.
I will start us off with the first question. It is nice seeing you again, Priscilla. Priscilla was actually in my first session for the first pitching, and it's just really good to see you in the semifinal. My question is, I know from the first session you did say you're hoping to expand your project, so you guys are going to be working with airports and having the your app available for people. I'm just wondering how you're going to meet the demand for people, because if you are just taking it outside Kenya, sign language is different in other countries, and so how are you and your team hoping to have to expand your project and meet the demands for people outside Kenya?
Okay. So the first thing, like when we are working right now with Kenyan Sign Language, so that means when we do everything on Kenyan Sign Language, the application will be ready for all institutions in Kenya. You just need to maybe customize it to suit maybe an airport and a healthcare. Of course, a hospital and an airport cannot have the same description on the software. So when we're targeting Kenya's institutions, it's simple because we've done Kenyan Sign Language. So looking at other countries, that's why it's a 5-year plan, because it means we start again from scratch, data collection of the sign language used in another country. For example, we have other countries. Kenyan Sign Language is from American Sign Language. We have other sign languages in Africa that are from British and French sign languages. So that means we'll have to start on data collection, and that is why we plan on scaling up, generate revenue from the Kenyan Sign Language platform that will help us to expand to those other regions.
Hi Priscilla, thank you for the presentation. Nice to meet you again when we met in the first session. I'm just wondering, are there any risks you have identified looking into the future, and how do you plan to sort of go around them?
Okay, the first thing, dealing with data, personal data. For example, when we're beginning with data collection, it's people, we are using Kenyan deaf community to sign. They send videos of themselves signing. For example, are these videos we use in training the machine. So the first risk, of course, is the privacy of people's personal data. Also, we're talking about privacy of people. So using from people's searches, and we are actually seeking to see, we are using Google Drive to save our videos, for example, and our data, but we are looking into Atlassian. We have seen things like the Jira software that are used for cloud storage. You can pay for premium packages and receive better storage. So we are looking into that for data protection and confidentiality.
Thank you for your presentation. I realized when I looked on your BMC, I realized that you have raised some money. So if I may ask, which part of the business are you going to invest in case you win tonight?
Okay, mostly we are currently focusing on app development. Without the product, we are unable to generate revenue. So that means that's why our focus on the SAIF cash prize is going on to the product development. It requires a lot of equipment as well as expertise that we do not have at the moment and require funds. So without the product, it's impossible to even sell ourselves. That's why our main focus is on the training of the avatar. That's our tool and our animation tools. But we are also open for data collection phase 2. There are very many English words to be translated in sign language, and therefore we can never exhaust the words that we have on our application. So other resources will definitely go to data collection. We have already begun phase 1 and collected for 50 words. So in case we are able to get more funds, that will be going to data collection. I mean, we went to phase 1, so we'll be going to data collection phase 2 and do more for 50 words, for instance.
And now the moment that you have all been waiting for, the announcement of the winners. First, I would like to thank you. It was my great honor of being your host today. And second, I would like to congratulate all our participants who took part in the South African Ideas Festival 2022 edition. You are all innovators, you are all change makers, you are all leaders, and you are all stars. I'm so proud of every single one of you. It is now time to announce the winners for our first award, the Go My Code Award. And the winners are Elias Liti from Tunisia, Abdullah Muhammad from Sudan, Hejino from Mozambique, and Muhannad Elegan from Egypt. Congratulations! It is now time for us to move to the next segment of awards, appreciating our participants' characters. First, the Ubuntu Award, for the participant who exhibited the greatest collaboration skills. This award goes to Munyaradzi Denver from Zimbabwe. Congratulations. The next award is the Dudziro Award. It aims to appreciate the greatest communicator of the SAIF cohort. This award goes to Ayuana Kesh from South Sudan. Next up is the Widad Award, for the participant exhibiting the greatest compassion and empathy throughout the festival. This award goes to Yarmari from Uganda. Next award is the Busara Award, for the participant with the greatest research skills and the most thorough BMC. This goes to Obina from Nigeria. And finally, the Irawo Award, for the participant with the greatest social media engagement and throughout the sessions. This award goes to Providence from DRC. Thank you all for taking part of this segment of the award ceremony. We are now moving on to the final 5 award distribution. My name is Selima Taris. I am from Tunis, Tunisia. I'm a Bezos scholar and the head of logistics and curriculum development for the South African Ideas Festival, and it was my honor to host tonight's closing ceremony. Thank you for tuning into the South African Ideas Festival. Thank you to our participants, to our partners, to you watching, and finally, a huge thank you to our interns. Thank you all. It was a pleasure. See you next year.